So never underestimate how powerful one failed project is, because there is no such thing as failure, okay? All projects lead to the next and to the next if you choose to learn from it, if you choose to take full responsibility for your actions, and if you choose to simply push forward, right? Hi guys, Philip here, and I'm currently in Thailand on an island called Koh Samui. And this is where it all started for me about 10 years ago when I was here on holiday, and it's because of this place that I am where I am today in terms of my business and my growth and my online journey, and it's because of this place that I am a digital nomad. And this island is where I was when I started my first website that had a hint of success online. That was enough for me to be spurred onwards to greater success and to keep going. Now, even though the website I created on this island completely failed and is no longer exists, it was the reason why I continued. It was the reason why I got enough success to understand that, oh, this does work, I can do this. It's just about staying on the path, failing forward, and keep pushing. So if I had not come here to this island, then I probably would not be where I am today, and things would not have moved in the same way that it did. Okay, so if you want to hear the full story, then keep watching, and I'll share with you how one failed website resulted in me growing as a marketer, moving forward, failing forward, and learning by doing and by implementing. And that's what I teach you inside Tao and inside my community and inside all my training. Okay, so keep watching. So I arrived here, guys, back in 2014. I came here on holiday with my ex-girlfriend, and while we were here, we kind of got stuck on this island for over a month. A, because there was a military coup in Bangkok and there was quite a lot of turbulence with the government, and B, because I got really bad food poisoning while I was here, and so I was too weak to really go anywhere or do anything because I was really, really sick. For about 2 or 3 weeks I was really sick, and so we kind of got stuck here. And but, obviously, boo-hoo, right? There are worse places to be stuck. So we spent basically all our time and most of our money drinking and partying, as young 20-year-olds do. And we spent most of our time in a place called the Swing Bar that was on Lamai Beach, which is right behind me, right here on this beach right behind me. And while we were there, we met loads of different people, one of which was called Philip as well. So there's Philip, and there was another Philip that I met here. Now, I actually met up with him again last week when I was here in Koh Samui, and we had a few drinks and we caught up, and it was really nice to see him because he was part of the inspiration for me to start taking the online thing more seriously. So when I met Philip, number 2, we got along really well, and we had a lot of drinks and we chatted all the time. And he worked online, and he was here living full time, and he was just a nomad. Now, back in 2014, the whole digital nomad thing wasn't really a thing yet. Mostly back then, because the internet was still quite new. Facebook was quite new. Everything was new. Google Plus, and all these things, and Twitter and stuff. Everything's still quite new. So the whole digital nomad thing, it existed, but it wasn't really a widespread thing yet. That was mostly reserved for corporate business people and offshore workers and that kind of thing. So when I met Philip, that was kind of a bit of a kick in a jolt in the pedals, as it were, or a jolt in the nuts, where I realized, wow, okay, you can actually work online. You can do this online thing. This is really cool, because the 2 years previously, so from 2012 to 2014, before I came here, I'd been down the rabbit hole of shiny object syndrome. I bought lots of courses. I tried blogging. I tried YouTubing. I tried solo ads. I tried this. I tried that. I tried this. Safe lists, traffic exchanges. I tried all of it, right? And so I knew it was possible. I knew I could do it. It was just about finding the right thing. And about 2 months before I came here to Koh Samui, I bought a domain name called affiliatedork.com. And I had started that site, but as usual, my attention had drifted. I was impatient. I kind of I half-assedly put up some blog posts. I wasn't really taking it seriously, and of course I was already complaining, it doesn't work, it's not my fault, blah 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 blah, right? But when I was here, and when I met Philip and a few other people as well, it kind of reignited me, and I realized, Philip, you have to take it seriously. You have to wake up and grow up and start taking it seriously. So while I was here, I reignited that website, and I sat down and immediately started creating content, writing blog posts and researching, and I hired some freelancers to create more blog posts for me, and just diving into it. Much to my ex-girlfriend's frustration, I spent a lot of time on my laptop. So she was lying on sunbeds, getting a tan. I was inside working for a lot of that period there. So Christina, if you're watching, thank you so much for that patience and for your kindness there, because otherwise I wouldn't have made it. So during that period there, I was here working away and dreaming big, and I was hoping that one day I could be on an island like this here and have that digital nomad lifestyle that I wanted. And here I am 10 years later. Now, what happened to that website? Well, long story short, it got some traffic. I got my first sort of #1 rankings. I got comments. My email list started growing a little bit. I got lots of sort of engagement from my audience, and things started to move. I made some more commissions and some more commissions. Not much, $5 here, $20 here, $100 here, but it was enough for me to go, wow, okay, something's happening. I'm actually making money. This is unreal. But of course, like everything else, I made some big mistakes. I bought some really bad backlinks thinking I could rank faster. I paid outsourcers to create content for my blog that turned out to be duplicate content. That wasn't that great, and so on and so on and so on, right? I tried different plugins and lots of different sort of store apps, and I thought I broke the site, basically. But that was my sort of guinea pig. That was my trial and error. I was failing forward because I didn't really know what I was doing. I knew the basics. I understood the core concepts of SEO and customer flow and user intent, and I understood all that stuff, but actually doing it, implementing it, is very, very different from the theory, right? And so that site ended up being sold on Flippa. I think I sold it for like $700 or $1,000, and the person who bought it just turned it into a link farm where they just spammed lots of backlinks to be sold elsewhere, right? But the thing was, with that site, even though it failed miserably, it was the reason why I created my next site, because I took what I learned on the affiliate dork site and I moved it to the next one, and I hit the ground running and I never looked back. So had I not failed miserably on that website, then I wouldn't have had the courage and the understanding and the know-how to move on to the next thing. This is why inside Tao and inside my training, I always talk so much about the whole idea of failing forward. There is no such thing as failing, guys. You don't fail. All you're doing is learning how not to do it, or learning how to do it, learning how to do it incrementally higher or to a better standard. You're learning how to do it again and again and again, and you're always failing forward because everything leads to the next thing in the forward momentum. If you simply stop and go, oh, who can I blame for this? Who can I blame? Oh, that person there, it's his fault, it's her fault, right? Then you stop. It's so important, guys, to take full responsibility for all that happens to you and understand that everything you do, even if it fails, right, is not a failure. It is only a failure if that's all you see from it. You have to look at what happened, look at how you reacted, look at how you can improve, and look at how you can use that momentum to push forward to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And also, it's so important to focus on one single thing, because when I sold that website, I didn't start another idea. I didn't start another niche. I didn't start another sort of concept. I didn't start a new funnel building system, right? I simply started a new blog. So I was doing the exact same thing, right? The same niche, the same thing, the same idea, just a different domain name that was clean, that was fresh, that was brand new, because I kind of broke that old one, okay? So I didn't change. I kept moving forward in the exact same way. I just hit the reset button very briefly. And that meant that when I started a new project, it meant that I hit the ground running and I surpassed my old results within months, as opposed to the full year or so that I spent building the affiliate dork site. So I took all that experience and I compounded it into a running head start on the next project, right? So I didn't change systems, I didn't buy new tools, new software, I just hit reset and did the exact same thing again, but I did it properly that time, okay? And that's the difference. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm always talking about failing forward and learning from mistakes. That's what I mean. I often wonder what would have happened had I not come here to this island, because obviously the second I started making money, a year after, 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later, I often thought, you know what, I want to be a nomad. I want to travel like I was supposed to do way back when I came here. But obviously, life happened, life got in the way, different girlfriends and different, work opportunities, and I bought a flat, and, COVID happened, obviously COVID, put a big stop on that for quite some time for everybody. And so, just life got in the way. But now that I'm back, I realized how important it is to do this sort of thing, because to be on that beach, to go back down there and see where that bar was, it's since been closed down and it's changing hands and it's being revamped to something else. So it's no longer called a swing bar anymore. But the structure's still there, and it's very, very surreal going back there. It's very, very nostalgic, because you kind of realize that moment was a big moment for me, even though I didn't know at the time. And so obviously you do kind of sort of imagine in your head, if you can go back and talk to yourself at a time, to do things differently, take it more seriously, even more seriously, right? And it kind of helps me to reflect on today. Like, what can I tell myself today in the next 10 years? Like, do you think I'll come back here in 10 years from today and rewatch this video and look back and think, wow, where am I today, right? Or in 10 years from now. So never underestimate how powerful one failed project is, because there is no such thing as failure, okay? All projects lead to the next and to the next if you choose to learn from it, if you choose to take full responsibility for your actions, and if you choose to simply push forward, right? So guys, with that in mind, I'm here in Koh Samui. I've achieved my dreams, and I've yet got many, many more to achieve, right? Because obviously your dream changes, your viewpoint changes, your oomph changes, everything changes. So I can't wait to see what happens in the next 10 years. So with that in mind, guys, from Koh Samui, I'll be making a bunch of more videos here about this topic, because it's so important to me, and should be to you as well. And I'll help you understand how you can take the same concepts and build your business and grow. And who knows, one day, wherever you are right now in the world, you can mark this as a starting point of a brand new journey for you. Okay, so guys, any questions, let me know. I'll see you inside the community, and please do jump link below, come inside Tao, and join for the low price of $1 or so, and you can start your journey as well. Okay, so thanks guys, and I'll see you inside. Cheers.